Hello everyone, this is D-Bar, back with another video, and today I have something a little interesting. Here I have the M&A Companion Touch 2600. It was a school-used laptop in about the year 2012, and you're gonna find its story quite interesting. A tale of wonder and downfall. This laptop has a lot to offer, but it is ruined by one fatal flaw. Now, sit back, relax, and grab yourself a cup of tea or a beer if that's more your thing. And let's get right into the video. On the specs side of things, this laptop is running an Intel Atom N2600 at 1.6 gigahertz. Now that may not seem like a lot, but it really counts, because the dual cores and 4 threads have a lot to offer. It may only have a meg of cache, but the processor is still extremely good. It's the cornerstone of this build, running on the Cedar View architecture, 32 nanometer. For the memory, we have 4 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, running at 667 megahertz. It is a single channel, but I can't seem to fix that because one minor flaw of this laptop is getting it open, which is actually quite hard. And we have Intel Graphics Media Accelerator 3600 series graphics. More on that later. Going from left to right, we have VGA in, HDMI out, a USB 2.0, a heatsink fan, and a SD card slot. On the other side of things, we have a stylus that you can use on the touchscreen, 2 headphone jacks, which is an interesting addition to this laptop, microphone in, USB 2.0, some activity lights, Ethernet, and power. One interesting feature of this laptop is that it can swivel around and go down on itself and become a bit of a touchscreen. And you could swivel it up like this and turn it around and almost watch a movie or video like it's a stand. Very interesting. And up here we have a camera and microphone little block here, which can actually swivel around and give you all kinds of different angles and even take front-facing pictures, which is pretty cool. Now I'm sure you're all saying, this laptop is extremely awesome. It's got all kinds of I/O, a touchscreen, a stylus to go with it, the keyboard type's nice, it's lightweight and tiny, and I even forgot to mention that it has a little handle back here so you can carry it around like a briefcase. So you might be saying, what's that one small flaw that you mentioned earlier that's keeping this laptop from becoming the wondrous thing that we've been describing it as? Well, my friends, that would be the graphics. Alright, now here's a quick rundown of how bad these graphics are. This nice website, notebookcheck.net, has organized all graphics chips in existence into a neat little list here, rated from classes 1 to 6. Now, let's go all the way down to the bottom of the list. Not in class 5, is it? I don't see it. And let's go right down into here, class 6. Scroll down a little further into class 6, and here we have it. Graphics Media Accelerator 3600, near the bottom of the list. You only have to scroll down this much further to get to the bottom. Out of all graphics chips, mostly modern, but still like in the last 20 years most likely. Yeah, it's that far down the list. It's just that bad. And I'll show you why in just a second. If we head over to Intel's website and look for the drivers of said graphics, you'll find that it was last updated December 10th, 2013. Only a year after this laptop's release, and 5 years from when this video was made. And to make matters worse, it only has 32-bit, and the processor is 64-bit, so that might even cause some problems. Yeah, it is not good. It is not looking good for these graphics. Intel has totally abandoned them. They're considered some of the lowest of the low. And worst of all, they were put in one of the best laptops that I've ever owned. Well, now let's get into some benchmarks and see why these graphics are truly as bad as I say they are. First, we're going to start off with some easy stuff like SNES emulation. Yeah, sure, that's going to run fine. 60 FPS, but that's because it's SNES. And even then, I've actually hit a block full of coins and they all bursted out. And there was actually some lag in them doing that, which is insane because it's SNES emulation. But yeah, that's for that. Let's see what else another game. Booting into Minecraft 1.12, you can see that there are some problems here. Even running it in a windowed mode, we're kind of off center here a little bit. The game is not responding. Yeah. So let's try booting this into 1.6.4. This is not looking good for new Minecraft. And looks like we're starting to crash. I'll get to that 1.6 Minecraft. Trying to boot into Minecraft has caused the computer to blue screen due to computer memory failure in the graphics. So, yeah. I think that can show you the capabilities of this laptop. If it's gonna crash trying to open up Minecraft. But, yeah. It can run simple stuff like emulation, Plants vs. Zombies, Undertale. But you're not gonna get very far with some other games like Roblox or Terraria. It's awful. Just awful. And yeah, that's not all we have to show for this laptop. There are some things that might actually redeem it and make it something that I can use in my work. So I will show you that. Opening up Metabang Paint Pro and messing around with the touchscreen a little bit is actually pretty decent. Just kind of messing around here, but yeah, it's responsive. It's there's a little bit of like where your the stylus is going to end up, but overall it's not too terrible and something I can actually get used to. And so I might use this as an art laptop. So I'll show you some things that I drew earlier. It's only 2 drawings, but yeah, I drew this little self-shade test thing. It's not very good, but and then I drew Ray from Neon Genesis Evangelion, and it's not too bad. It's pretty good, actually. So, yeah, you can use it as a art laptop, and to go along with that, it can play music. So, yeah, and it's got pretty decent speakers, which I will show off right now. The speakers are located at the bottom of the laptop here and here. And they don't sound too bad, actually. So yeah, and they can get pretty loud too, so you can listen to music with this laptop, you can draw art, and to top it all off, it has a really long battery life with the Intel Atom processor. So that's the story of this laptop. It may suffer as a gaming machine, but it has its purpose. And for that, I love it. And it will remain in my collection. And I think for $50, even with the problems, this thing is worth it.